Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Liliveth channel. I'm sorry guys, I'm late. Well, how's everybody in the world today? Happy Easter Sunday here in the Philippines because I know in the West it's still Saturday. So I would like to announce Happy Easter Sunday to all Filipino, to all Filipino. And I apologize, I'm late. It's my alarm clock fault. So, how is everybody in the world? And good PM in Central Time, and same also in Eastern Time. So in Eastern Time is 8 p.m. and Central Time is 6 p.m. So our subject for today is passport bros and expats. Are you ready to live in the Philippines? That's a question mark. Okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So feel free, to join with me because I post the link for those who's interested, to join with me. You're very welcome to join to my live streaming. Michael Johnson, music to motion. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming, Michael. And Shaho, maligayang Pasko ng pagkabuhay. Happy Easter Sunday to you, Shapo. Yeah, so just okay. I'm I'm on. I'm sorry. So let's talk about passport bros and expats. Are you passport bros or are you expats? So that's very important. So recognize yourself if you're joined on the live streaming so that we can talk because this is two things that we're gonna talk if you're one of those passport bros or expats. I realize that days move so fast, time moves so fast. So this is the last day here in the Philippines because it's still Saturday in the West. Well, now I what's the news that so far, so far there's no casualty during the during the Holy Week, or there's no crime cases and accident on this on the road. But here's the thing, because holiday is over, so back to normal. So you can expect from people going to the province, going back to Metro Manila. So you have to go back early as you can, early in the morning is as you can, because the traffic is terribly bad. That's the problem. Once the holidays over, especially coming back to Metro Manila, the traffic is so bad. Yeah, for those people on the on the live chat, don't forget to give me thumbs up, share my video, and for those who wants to join to my membership join button, feel free. And I'm also accept donation. All right, that's a big help on my channel. So, well, the weather here in Metro Manila is hot. It's really hot, and no rain. Because I'm surprised some part of Metro Manila rain, but here in Parañaque, my goodness, it's really hot. And yeah, outside Metro Manila, some part of Visayas in Mindanao did it rain, but here in NCR it's really humid. And you don't really want to go outside because it's humid, really. And now the mall, especially now Sunday, Filipino family, one of their bonding is to go to the mall, eat together with family, friends. It's crowded. It's crowded. My hair. So I blow dry my hair. It's look like dry. So I'm gonna wait for a few minutes before I start the discussion. So okay, for those passport pros and expats, there's so many advantage to live here in the Philippines, but there's also disadvantage. So we're gonna tackle that later. So I'm just happy that my fasting. I did it. I did it because no matter especially when I cook chicken, and then pork, the smell. Oh, it's really tempting, to try. But I, I promised that no, because I eat meat every day, but I just sacrifice for 45 days. I can't. So, yeah, I'm happy that, I made it. So, thank you for coming back, Michael. Oh, you need wrench? So, how is your Easter Sunday, Michael? Oh, by the way, guys, Michael Johnson is, he's more on music business. Everything when it comes to music. Oh, that's okay. Good so far. Woke up early, sat on the porch in beautiful weather, sipping coffee for a couple hours. That sounds great. But yeah, but later on it's really humid. Thinking about San Miguel, like right about you love San Miguel, like I love the San Miguel Playboard beer. It's good. Okay, now what's the definition? Okay, let's start now. Okay, because I'm already into introduction. Okay, let me fix my hair because it's butter on my face. So okay, expats. The definition of expats: a person who lives temporarily or permanent outside the routine country. Okay, that's definition of passport. Expats. Passport bros mean so prefer to marry a foreign women in other country or stay. Well, anyway, there's that's the definition of passport bro. So expatriate. Okay. So what are you? Okay. So here's let's start here in the Philippines. For those wants to live in the Philippines, like okay, first you have to do research first. Okay, know the country, know the a little history, language. Just try to learn a basic Tagalog. That's Tagalog, that's Filipino language. And then know the economy. Well, we're not really into the politics here. Okay, so and well, for those Western people, Philippine is majority of people here is Catholic, especially, well, there's a three, you call that states, okay? Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Majority of people living in Mindanao is, there's a area, there's a, Muslim and Christian. So there's an area in Mindanao that's is all Muslim, but there's a lot of percentage in Mindanao that it's more on Muslim. And then in Visayas, there is, but less, more on Catholic. And Luzon, yeah, there is also uh, Catholic and Muslim, but majority of people here in Luzon is more on Catholic. I'm an expat, that is short for expatriate. Okay. Hi, Shapo. Thank you for coming, Shapo. Okay. Mm, hold on. I think no. It's just like expat is expatriate or expats. For short, expat and expatriate. Hi, Shepo. Long time no see. Okay. So hold on. It has been a while since I go. Okay. So, well, I'm gonna stay here for about 2 hours. Usually, that's the duration of my time. Duration of my time, 2 hours, Michael. But sometimes, the discussion was so, I enjoy the discussion. Sometimes I do three, but usually 2 hours. So where am I now? I'm lost. Okay. Okay, so for those tourist visa holder, okay, tourist visa holder, you can stay here, and you can stay here in the Philippines for about the length of um stay here is 90 days, okay? But the max 90 days, this is for, uh, s- single entry, this is, you can stay here in the Philippines 90 days and then maximum of 59 days. Okay, that's. Hmm? Okay, maps to get away from last notorious Andrea. Oh, okay. And then because some passport bros and expats, especially first time come here in the Philippines. I mentioned about, once you visit Philippines, you research first, the country, people, basic language, and then food, weather, especially the weather, because, here is more hot days. Okay, so even though we're just only two season here, rainy and summer. So now it's summer, but it's not yet declared that we're in the summer season because of the El Nino. That's El Nino means that it's a drought season here in the Philippines, so it's really hot, really hot. The heat index here in NZR is 39. But other, outside metro, like, to Gigarao, that's part of Luzon, it's just like 40, 40 to 41 heat index. So it's really hot. Okay, so that's one thing that once you come here in the Philippines, you have to that, because if you can stand the hot weather here in the Philippines, then fine, get your passport and visit Philippines. So first thing that you're gonna do, visit Philippines first, observe. So if you think that you can able to leave, and then that's the time that you can process things that you needed. Okay, and for those yeah, like passport and um expat. No, I'm good. I still have waterfront. Thank you. So that's the information that I'm going to share, that you can stay here in the Philippines 90 days and maximum of 59 days. So that's 59 is almost three 3 months. Okay. And here's the good thing, guys. If you want, okay, if you want to go around, okay, you can rent a car by using your international driver's license, because they allow here. So for those have a US or US driver's license, you can able to drive here. But like I mentioned some, and mentioned also, Frank, that you have to be careful, especially here, that the single motorcycle on the street. That's you have to be careful, because that's so scary if you're in the street. Okay, so the we use a kilometer per hour here. Okay, but in the states, they use miles. So miles is way faster than kilometer per hour. Okay, so that's how we our speed, we base on kilometer per hour. Okay, so Michael said, when I was close to 59 days, I extend another 6 months. Yeah, so all you have to do, just once you almost to 59 days, just keep extend. But you know what? Okay, Michael, if you extend your tourist visa, you going to straight to the main office, because there's a place that you can walk in. You don't have to set appointment. There's a it's in the mall. You don't have to set an appointment for for your extension of your visa, and then just go there. So you want to know where is that, because before I applied that to France, we did that also. So I'm gonna tell you if you're interested to know. So I will let you know. Okay, it's 9 a.m. here in the middle Luzon. It's currently 82 for those in the US. Okay. Michael, humidity makes a difference. It's probably about 10-degree Fahrenheit higher for how I feel. Woo! Puts on the ground. Thank you, Puts. Hello. So that's the good thing. The good thing. Okay. So I use GRC, and they come to my home and to my home and get all info, and then delivered extension and AZR card back to me after 5 to 7 days. Okay. So you have to go to agency. But us, we just do, because I want also to experience, and I want to know the process. I want to know the process. So I just did that. Hi, Scott. Hello, hello. Happy Easter Sunday. Oh no, it's not yet. Not yet, because it's Saturday in the West. Oh sure, take your time, Puts. So that's the thing. Okay, and then um when it comes to, okay, I already mentioned about you can drive here in the Philippines, and then uh when it comes to the cost of living here, okay guys, because uh uh take a look at this. The rental here, especially here in Metro Manila, is different. Is different than outside Metro Manila, because here in Metro Manila, hi mixed plate, thank you for coming. Okay, I'll give you a range for that. Okay, from Pakistan. Okay, Christy had risen for you, but we are still watching. Okay, I'm good. Thank you for asking. So that's okay. When it comes to okay, we already mentioned the transportation. The transportation here, if you have no driver's license, no, don't worry about that. Okay, don't worry about that, because we have so many public transportation here in the Philippines. Okay, we have a big bus, LRT, MRT. MRT is Metro Rail Transit, and light light rail transportation or transit. Okay, that's LRT. That's operated going to Manila City. Okay, because people might confuse. Okay, the capital city of the Philippines is Metro Manila, but there's a Manila City. There's a Manila City, like uh so people where are you from? Metro Manila? No, that's the capital city, but there's Manila City itself. Okay, it's another city and Metro Manila, but that's part of Metro Manila, Manila City, because there's a mayor there. So uh, that's sometimes people confuse about that Metro Manila, because they said some usually people ask where you from, they said Metro Manila. Metro Manila, there's so many cities indicate, like Quezon City, Taguig City, Paranaque City, Pasig, Pasay. Okay, that's part of Metro Manila. And Manila City, it's part of Metro Manila. Okay, so we have uh taxi. Oh my God. And then we have trikes, jeepney. So if you're not picky, you can try all of this public transportation. Okay, no, no problem. No problem. Michael, go ahead. So that's one thing that here, and here in the Philippines, that there's so many public transportation. Okay, but if you're going, if you have a set appointment for for business, especially the the schedule is in the morning, you have to get up early in the morning because the traffic here, I'm just be honest with you guys, the traffic here is so bad. If you go, like, if you have if you have appointment 9 o'clock, so you have to get up 6 o'clock. You already leave the house 6 o'clock because you will stop on the street, or in in. So that's that's I got my hair. So number one, that's that's a good thing. We have so many public transportation. And then when it comes to the language, it's easy to deal with Filipino because uh, we can speak English, okay, American English, or English itself, because we learned that in school. So in school we use two language: Tagalog, that's our Filipino language, and English, or American English. So it's easy, to communicate. Easy to communicate my people for that, because we can speak English, basic English. Okay, that's And then when it comes to food, okay, so if you're not really picky, guys, if you're not really picky, there's a lot of good Filipino food. Okay, so my advice, try. Don't judge the look, okay, of the food. Try it first before you say something, because that's what I do. Even though that my God, what is this? But if it's too scary to look, I do. I'm just be honest. People that offer food. Sorry, I can't. I can't. So I don't. But as when you look at the food that you can still, okay, try it. Don't afraid to try. But if it's too really too scary, don't. Okay, so don't. But try. Try food, and then say something about the food. And then the cost of living here is cheap, like I mentioned that the rental here, it depends what are you pick. So if you stay here in Metro Manila, of course, especially here, if you're gonna stay in BGC, Makati, Ortigas. There's a lot of high-rise building there. Okay. So the price of that, area that I mentioned is not the price, okay, where I have a decent place. Okay, I have a decent place. But it's not as because, particularly, okay, Makati, that's the business capital of the Philippines. So everything there, people are, like, for those expat, passport bros looking for, looking for a looking for a girls or woman to, to meet. It's so hard to get there because people there are very busy. That's a busy place because that's the commercial capital of the Philippines, Makati. And you can notice people there, it's just like in Japan, they just walk fast, they're very serious in their face that, they just walk down and then just, in their mindset, it's just like, okay, I have to go to, early, to my office or my job because, I don't want to be late. But like, in BGC, oh my God, you cannot really, it's just like when you look at in BGC, it's just like in New York, the Times Square. It's just like it. It's well, I never been to, New York, but I can see that, I think if you're gonna, explore the BGC is way better than, Times Square, guys. So I have some of, short video that, I just take some video, tall building, that's in BGC. So that's, the price of rental there is less. Okay, here, it's just like, Parañaque is another city here in Metro, but it's part of Metro Manila. So there's an area that, the condo, the house rent is different, especially if you go to BF Homes, Parañaque. It's just like in Makati, Forbes Park, Dasmariñas Village, Ecology Village, Ordaneta Village, those village that I mentioned, that's, there's a prominent people, diplomat people living there. So the cost of living there, the cost of rental there is, it's high. So, well, it's still here in Metro Manila. There's a area that, you can still, get the rental for a decent, a decent price, like uh 500 to 700 USD. Very chewy. Really? You know what puts? No, I don't think, very chewy. No, it's not, because here's the thing, okay. Okay, let me stop about that. Squid is good, but the texture is odd to get used to. Okay. So, how what type of squid you try puts? The dried or, the fresh? Because there's, uh for those okay, so okay, I give you some ideas how to cook, squid. So there's two type of squid here. That, we call that lomot. The cuttlefish. Okay, and then, the squid. So the cuttlefish is, it's thicker than uh the original squid. Okay, so here's, once you cook, once, especially the cuttlefish. So especially when you cook with the sauce or what, you have to blanch that. You have to blanch that. And then you don't have to cook that too long, because that's the start that the squid is so chewy. and then once you simmer that for long minutes of time, it gonna be rubbery. So there's a technique how to cook squid is not chewy. So you don't have to boil that, for too long, because that's the result. But here's the thing when it comes to dried squid. Okay, dried squid, you have to fry that crispy, because if it's not, oh my god, you're gonna have a sore jaw for that. You keep chewing, because I agree that it's so chewy. So it's just like you're eating a rubber. So I love dried squid, but you have to fry that crispy. Yeah. So that's the thing, that you have to fry that crispy puts, because once it's not crispy, it's gonna be chewy. My God, your Joe was so tired of chewing, but it's still not. So that's the secret. Okay, that's the secret. I love squid. It reminds me, Rome, that I asked him, "Did you try squid?" No. And then he was so ew, because the name squid. But well, especially grilled squid with toppings inside. Oh my God, that's my favorite. Than the adobong pusit. Adobong squid. Uh, Pusit is, that's Tagalog. So in English, the squid. So that's hello, MS. Thank you for coming, MS. Good to see you too. Yeah, because Michael, because there's a certain limit only that you're gonna cook that. Okay, you don't have to over fry that, because that's the result. It's gonna be chewy. Just me. Oh, Michael, and send me the orders to me and you. Yeah, I love calamaris, but there's a there's a limit only that you're gonna fry. Yeah, Frank loves the calamaris squid. Yeah, he loves that. So yeah, okay. So that's because here's the thing, guys. Every food that we prepared, there's people, they have there's a certain way of how they prepare. Okay, so like the squid, if you're not really aware of that, they just cook that 2 minute long, or 2 minutes of cooking. So that's the cause that the squid is become raw. There's a there's a oh my god. Okay, next, okay, already done the food. Okay, so next is the electricity here. Now it's summer, so the price of electricity goes up. So that's why a lot of people, what they call it, we use the gas tank. We don't use electricity, because the cost of electricity here, it's expensive. Okay, for those, if you can afford to pay your bills using your electric stove, it's okay, fine. But this is, we have to also look on the other side of, just average, average Western men, okay, that they live with their social security, or their, it depends how big is their pension. Okay, so we just go to, they can afford, they can afford to live in a decent place. Okay, Tori Maki, hello, thank you for coming, Tori Maki. By the way, guys, okay, don't forget me, don't forget to give me thumbs up, and, um, share my video. Okay. Hello from Tampa. I have eaten squid cold with type of purple sauce. Purple sauce? What is that? Because, okay, wait. Purple sauce? Okay. Okay, so here's, okay, I got you. If you eat, or if you eat, the squid. So that's why it looks purple, because they remove the ink. Okay, the ink. But usually, I love, I love, especially the adobo squid, they just, I love the ink, because, it really adds the flavor also. And especially if you're, if you mix with, in your rice, it's good. So that's, that's the thing. So if they remove the, the ink, it looks like pink, the sauce, or pink or purple, or whatever you call that. But for me, I dislike, pink. But, if there's no oh, thank you so much, shooting star, thank you, Bruce. And then, if there's ink, that's black. But, here, guys, they, some uh restaurant here, they serve black pasta. So black pasta, they use, the squid ink for, for the sauce. And then yeah, thank you. Okay, so that's, that's the, and for those wants to save more money, okay, my advice, for those expats, or, passport bros, okay, I advise, it's better to buy, like seafoods, or meat, or vegetable in wet market, guys, is less than the supermarket. Okay, so all you have to do, just get up early and go to the market. Don't go there around, like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, 10. No, the meat is no longer fresh. Okay, so you have to get up early in the mornings if you want to get, the fresh, meat, because, in wet market everything is there. Chicken, pork, beef, any types of seafoods, and then vegetable, they have also fruits. And sometimes, some in the market, they have, we call that sari sari store. So there's, there's everything there, condiments, like rice, everything. But you can get less price than the price in the supermarket. So if you're not really picky, but, for those people that, can afford, you can, you can go to the supermarket. This discussion, I just advise, for those average expats and passport bros. Okay, so, okay, let's say, okay, if you're here in Metro Manila just by yourself, okay, 1500, 1500 bucks, you can able, to stay in a decent place, gated community with 24/7 guards on duty. And then you can pay your, you have a good food, if you just cook by yourself. I know Western people, they're very, they're very independent, they can able to wash their clothes, cook and everything. Okay, so that's, you can stay here in the Philippines just only, with 15, 15 USD. But even, for European, is less, because, the value of your money is way, a little higher than, people in the US. So, and then you can still save, you can still save for that, the 1500. But okay, this is one thing that this is, I noticed a lot of, expat expats in Password Bros, they pick Dumaguete. Okay, they pick Dumaguete because it's way cheaper there. Okay, because a lot of expats in Passport Bro living in Dumaguete, they live with their, social security pension. Okay, so the cost of living there is lesser than here in Metro Manila. Hello, Bruce. Thank you for coming, Bruce. So that's the advantage. So there's so many area here in Metro Manila that for those uh expats and passport will leaving their social security, you can't stay here because, the cost of rental is high. So like I said, that, there's an area that you can live with that amount of money. So all you have to do, just explore. But if you're not really, if you're not really picky, because here's the problem, guys, for those people that, Western people, if they're not, just, I'm gonna refer this, I'm gonna address, okay, I'm gonna address this for, average Western people. So there's so many places that you can live, peacefully, you can live with that amount of money. But, there's one thing, if you're single, okay. But if you're meeting a Filipina and going to marry, it depends, this is, it really depends on your decision. Okay, so, and then it really depends on your personality, because, okay, you're here in the Philippines, but you cannot really stand living in the countryside. That's a big factor that you cannot. You have funds for, to live in a desert place, because, okay, if you're gonna live in the countryside, you can save a lot of money. And then not only that, guys, you have also set aside budget for your health. Okay, because when it comes to health care here in the Philippines is not same as in your country, or is not same as in the US or in Europe. Okay, here the system here, the system here, if you don't have money, the treatment is different. I'm just be honest, I'm sorry because that's what I saw. That's what I see in the hospital. Okay, so you have also to sit aside. Okay, so that's, that they have to sit aside, guys. Okay, remember this. Even though how big is your money here, you have to sit aside when it comes to your health care. especially if you choose, if you pick Philippines. Okay, that's that's very important, guys. Okay, that's very important. Okay, so that's the reason why, guys, that, well, when it comes, to you know as long as, guys, here's number one that you have to think. As long as you're not disobey the laws here in the Philippines, you're free to do whatever you want to do. But here's the thing: don't bring your BS here in the Philippines, guys. Okay, don't. So leave it there. If you want to, if you plan to move to the Philippines, leave it there, because it's another environment that you're gonna leave. Okay, so as long as there's no BS, you're free. You're free, because that's what my husband like about here. Nobody stop him when he's in the street. Nobody, he's not, well, he told me that when in the US he always have his gun on his side, but here, no, he's not. He's free and he enjoy. So that's one thing, guys. Well, it's just like some, I can see that Filipino versus foreign people. There's I also experienced that there's a road rage between uh foreign people and Filipino. But like I said, that as long as okay, this is, I so many cases that I've seen, especially on the traffic, the road rage. So you have to be patient for that, guys, because I mentioned that the traffic here, my God. Okay, here in NCR, in my place here, okay, from my place going to supermarket, SM, so hypermarket. So if it's Sunday, just only 30 minutes, I'll be there. Okay, but if it's weekdays, guys, there's a certain time, especially around like 10:30, 10:30 to 12. That's the rush hour here. Oh my God, you're gonna stuck in the street for 2 hours and 3 hours. You're gonna exhausted of the people blow the horn, but they cannot move, because it's traffic also in the front of this, uh people drive the car. So you're really gonna exhausted of that. Hi, Tony. Tori Monkey. Okay. Hi, Chris. Thank you for coming, Chris. Okay, guys. So I would like to ask, as a donation for those ones to donate on my show. I really love, I really love my super chat, my super sticker, my PayPal is waiting for you guys. And then though, for those ones, to join to my LTC family, okay, you're very welcome to click that join button. So that's the thing here. So okay, so if you're gonna, if you're ready to experience that, then get your passport and then go to the Philippines, visit the Philippines. But first, guys, you have to visit first. Don't jump into the conclusion that, okay, I want to solve everything and then move to the Philippines. Thank you, MK. MS. So the thing is, why I say that you have to visit Philippines first, okay? You have to visit Philippines first because if you're, if you're feel that, I'm a good, I can handle the weather, the traffic, and then fine, and especially if you find a good mate, okay? So that's, that's a good decision. But please, I'm very, I'm very concerned about this, especially don't, my advice, if you're not, first time that you come here in the Philippines, you sold everything, you sell everything you have in your country. No, don't do that, please. Okay, for those ones to, please, my advice, take my advice seriously, don't sell everything. So you have to visit first in the Philippines, okay? So, and then like I said, everything, if you're, if you adjust, the weather, everything, the food, that's the time you can back and sell everything. But I say, like I, I always advise that be careful, especially if you sold everything that you have. Be careful to manage of your money, okay? Don't spend your money for searching for a mate, okay? Particularly girls, okay? Because like I said, you always have fun for your health, okay? Let me read. OMG, when Lilibet says traffic bad in Manila, oh my goodness, she ain't kidding. Cebu traffic is nothing compared to Metro Manila. Oh my God. It's just like, what puts traffic and, Cebu, because I went to Cebu. The traffic there is just like one fourth the traffic here in Metro Manila. The traffic here is terribly bad. Like I mentioned that, there's a certain time. That's why I think there's a lot of road rage incident here in Metro Manila because, people was so, going to their uh work. They're so pressure, especially that they're almost, late. The very pressure, especially that, people are very irritable, so they cannot, they're not patient. So it's easy for them, to like throwing bad words to the, another person, sometimes, shoot. Okay, that's one thing that you have to be calm, just, more patient on that. Okay, let me read. What? Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Tori. Okay. Lilibeth, I would be looking for a morena down south. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot. Well, I just, I need to drink water. Okay. Every part of Philippines, there's some morena. Okay. There's some morena. So, well, but, okay, Tori, be careful going to south. Okay, be careful. So, shooting star image, Chris, is that's the best thing to do, no matter what it is, right? Working from home would benefit them. Shuffle. Even Cebu City is too big for me. I'll be hiding in mountains where the traffic jams are chickens. Are you, are you a nature lover, Shuffle? So yeah, you know what, Shuffle, if you really like, there's so many cities like, okay, Bacolod City, Iloilo City, there's so many places that, there's a, well, it's not really in the mountain. Okay, it's not really in the mountain, but you can stay away from this traffic, okay, pollution. So there, like I said, all you have to do that's search, take your time to research places here and well, not Metro Manila, Philippines, okay? Because Metro Manila, this is, it's this congestion. You're gonna be congest of that, traffic, pollution. But there's this place that, we're still nice to live. Oh, thank you so much, Bruce. Kuya KJ, what's up? Okay, where am I now? Okay, the place. Okay, we're gonna, because, I don't want to miss this part. Okay, I don't want to miss this part because, sometimes, I'm lost, so I have to address this. Okay, for those uh wants to retire, for those retiree, so the age is 35. 35, you can apply here in the Philippines. 35, okay, 35 years old, and then 50, okay, 50. So this is with pension, okay, with pension, at least 50 years old. So the requirements, guys, so you have to time deposit around 10,000, 10,000 USD, okay, 10,000. Okay, so here's, here's the thing. Plus a monthly pension at least 800 USD. So I don't know how much is this, because I have no idea about, the, in Europe. So this is, I'm gonna give the figures for, for American, okay? So at least, this, the 10,000, the 10,000 USD, that's, the time deposit if you're retiree here in the Philippines. But at least you have 800 USD monthly, monthly pension. And for those, for those single applicant, okay, about, that's, that's single, okay. For, for couple is just like 1,000 USD. So that's, your pension, monthly. So that's why. Hi, Sha. Thank you for coming, Sha. So Sha, if you want to join with me, just go and click the, the link there, because, we're gonna, because I know Sharon, she knows a lot of, expats and passport bros that, living in their, in their pension. So that's the reason why, guys, that I told you guys that, 1,500 USD, you can stay in a decent place and you can still have, decent food. You can pay your electric, water, but the water here is not really expensive, but the electricity is very expensive, guys. And then, okay, I mentioned about water. It's not in your country that you can go directly drink water in your faucet. The water here is not safe. it's not safe to drink, especially directly on the on the faucet. Oh my God. Just only we use that for, for shower, washing clothes and that. When it comes to drinking or cooking, no. So in my place, guys, in my place we have free filtered water. But I don't use that. I don't use that water, to drink. I'm not, I'm not, I'm not uh um trust about that. So I use that, wash the vegetable and using that for cooking. So I still buy water, in the store, the safe water. So it's it's not really expensive, guys. Okay, so it's another budget for your water. Okay, for your water. So don't drink water from the faucet straightly, because you're gonna end up in hospital, guys, because it's not safe. Okay, so if you're not really into that, you can buy, water filter. But I just do the math. I do the math, guys. So because the water filter, you have to replace that. It depends how, how long is the, the duration of using that water filter. So I do the math. So when I realize, oh, the cost is more than I'm gonna buy water in the store that's ready to drink. So it costs less. I figure that it's cost less, okay, than to buy, the water filter, because the water filter, you have to change that monthly. So it costs more. So I decided, because that's one thing that I told Frank. Because wait, I told him, no, what if we're gonna buy water filter? And then he told me, okay, so the water filter that you're gonna bought is not for lifetime, so you have to replace that. So okay, so I sit down and do the math. I realized that it's cheaper, to buy ready to drink water in the store than, to buy, water filter. So I decided, to buy water. So that's what I do. So here, guys, men and women in West, you know, you have to do the math. It's important every time, even though in your country, okay, you always do the math. You always do the math, because that's very important. So because I thought that it's way less than, to buy our own water filter. But it's not. It's not uh convenience, because it costs way more. Because I spend, for the whole month, I spend 660 for the whole month. Because um I bought, a big of 10 liters of water, drinking water. So that's eight for a whole month, just only for drinking water. Or sometimes if I do a punch, so I use that. So when I look at, the water filter is 500, okay, but I have to, there's only, the water filter, and then there's another filter that you put it on your faucet, that it's really safe. It's really safe to drink. So two types of filter, so the cost is. So I decided, okay, no, 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 no. So I just go to the store and buy for that. So that's why, I bought, eight gallon, no, 10 liters, eight. So that's big, my God. So that's, that's one thing that, when it comes to water here, it's not safe. Okay. So that's, that's the, for retiree, I already discussed. Okay. For those, for those buy properties, and open the bank accounts. Okay. Bank accounts. For, for Western people or foreign people, you can open a bank account, guys. For single, not, you can open a bank account here, just only your bank account. It's not a joint account, okay? So you have to represent your ECR card, and then, your valid passport, and then your address or rental contact or utility bills. Yeah, that's the, your passport, your ACR card, and then, rental contracts or utility bill. Three requirements. You can open an account here, okay? But when it comes to joining account, you have to marry to a Filipino citizen. Okay, they will allow you that, but it takes long. It takes long because there's so many. There's so many things that they will ask. Where, question like, where did you get the fund? Oh no, okay, how much is your, how much you gonna deposit every month? So many questions that, you did. For me, it's just like too personal. It doesn't matter, as long as we comply the requirements to open a bank account. Okay, but sometimes, like I told you guys, you have to be patient because the way that they ask you is gonna be, you're gonna best off. Seriously, because even though me, I sometimes I feel, oh come on, you don't have to ask because it doesn't matter where the money came from as long as you comply the requirements. So patient, you have to be patient here in the Philippines, guys. So that's, don't forget patient, don't lose your patience here. So that's, that's the thing. So yeah, for those, for those foreign, you can open an account here. Okay, all you have to do is represent the ACR card. So ACR, that's alien, it stands for alien certificate of registration card, ACR. So when it comes to buy properties, so, okay, if you want to buy, for those single foreign people, okay, uh, sorry guys, I try to. It's prohibited for foreigner to owning land here in the Philippines unless you're married to a Filipino citizen. But they will allow you to own like townhouse and condominium. But when it comes to land, take note, guys, you're not, it's prohibited unless you marry to a Filipino citizen. As simple as that. Okay, let me read Michael. Yeah, about 70, and it stays comfy inside all the time. It's two-bedroom home. I've been single for 10 years. Okay, so it's no longer that, Bruce. It's no longer that, Bruce. You know what I mean. Okay, work for that. Things that I give to you, work for that. Yeah, because like I said, guys, it's according the place where you stay. Okay, if you're really in Metro Manila, the cost of rental here is way more than you know, outside Metro Manila. Okay, so that's that's the thing. But so many process that you have to be patient because okay. So if you're married to a Filipina, if you want to open a joint account, Of course, you have to represent your ACR card, and then the marriage certificate that you're legit married to a Filipino citizen. Okay, they will allow that. Okay, and then when it comes to open a checking account, join. It takes 6 months, guys, because there's CI. CI stands for Credit Investigation. Jesus Christ. So you cannot, unlike in the States. So once you apply for, you comply, the requirements to open a checking account, ora mismo, right away, they will give you that. Okay. But here in the Philippines, like I said, guys, you're patient. You have to be patient for that because, you have to wait for 6 months. Even because now there's there's a they implemented, that the old format of checkbook, or is no longer valid. Okay, it's void. So you have, well, until April 15. So now they have a new format of check, so you have to apply that. And you know what, guys, you cannot really get that right away, so you have to wait for 3 weeks, almost a month, because I apply that because the way that the payment, when I pay the bills, I use the check. So I have to order that ahead of time because it's 3 weeks to 1 month they will release that. When once you order, you cannot get that right away. That's crazy. Crazy. So I know that for Michael, you know that the system, Michael. Sharon, just if you want to visit us, you're very welcome to visit us. So, well, next week, oh, I'm so busy because I don't want, I don't want. Maybe after the big thing for me, I will announce that. But so far, I'm gonna keep that secret on myself because I'm going to share this with you guys once it's okay. So that's gonna be but as of now, well, I'm gonna prepare for that. Yeah, the water cheaper, but my friend was just a Thai for months, and his electric was 75 bucks every month. Okay, here's the thing, guys, that okay, I'm so excited, to go to Thailand. Okay, so my nephew went to Thailand, no, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago. He's in Thailand right now because he's a well, he has he's a teacher, but actually he has a degree. He's a commerce graduate, major in marketing. At the same time, he went back, because when you finish that, so when you take education, it's just like a few units that you okay. So by the grace of God, he just passed, the the civil service, the what do you call that? He's a license to, to teach. So he went to Thailand. Okay, so I'm just so excited. Oh, how is Thailand? And then, oh my God, he told me that, you know what, Tita, when it comes to, dealing people, especially, locals, it's so hard. My God, it's so hard to deal the language. The province, the language barrier, it's because Thai people, he told me that they had a hard time to pronounce the letter L and V. So it's they you have to figure it out. What are they talking about? But Thai people living in Bangkok, they can speak English. Okay, they can speak English, especially now. I told him because I saw a lot of passport boys go to Pattaya because of course Pattaya, a lot of brothers own the bar there, so they have to hire, can able to speak English. Thai people can able to speak English so that it's easy for them to communicate with the customer. But for locals, my God. So and then I told him, take your time, take your time. I just, but he's not really interested. He's not really interested, but he just stay there for a month. Because I told him no, just just because he wants to wants to teach English a subject. I told him no, just stay in but no. So I forgot, I forgot, but he's not living in Bangkok. From Bangkok to the place, it's another city outside Bangkok. Just he told me that 20 minutes ride. Okay. And then in in Thailand, it's so polluted. Polluted, polluted here in Metro Manila, but in Thailand, it's so polluted, he told me, because you think that it's gonna be rain. No, it's not rain. It's a it's a pollution. If you're not wearing because I'm so curious about what's going on there in Thailand, because I really want to to go to Pattaya. Wa- and then he told me that, oh my God, you have to wear mask or else in a few hours you stay outside your place, you have so many boogart on your nose. Okay, so it makes me laugh. Oh, so okay. And then I told him, just enjoy. And then, well, when it comes to food, I don't know. Well, for me, I'm not really into the food. As long as something interesting to me, I'm the type of person that I'm willing to try. Okay, I'm willing to try. But my nephew is very picky when it comes to food. He's not really into the, because Thai people, they love, using a spicy, hot and spicy food. They use some different types of herbs, fresh herbs to eat. So he told me, Tita, I cannot stand for that. Sorry, Thailand is not my place to work. Adrian Sport in Karaoke Channel. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming. Oh my God, sorry guys. I okay, Pamput. OMG, I wish I could bring snow. It's hard to explain what snow is to people that never experienced it. It is almost as hard as explaining what dry air is. Michael is almost 70 bucks. It great price. My friend paid 75 in Thailand. Okay, music. Okay, Michael. Foods. I had to show Venus, my girlfriend, picture from home in Illinois with my car covered with snow to snow her. Ha ha ha. Oh, so okay. Tori, do you want another city to go to the country? We're almost 1 hour to 1.5 hours south of Manila, depending on the traffic. I know same of the system here, but not everything. I don't use a bank account here, for example. Yeah, it's really ill, Michael. That's because I told to my nephew, okay, just let me know because I'm planning to go to Pattaya because all the brothers shown Pattaya, because I told him, I think when it comes to the language, we can we Filipino, it's easy for us to adopt, to adjust the language. But he told me that, oh my God, Tita, she just shake and he's no interested. No, he doesn't want there. So he's just waiting until the visa and you're eating scorpions. Hell no, Michael. My God. No. No, por Dios, no, por Dios, por santo, por favor, Michael. No, cuidado. I haven't skipped Thailand entirely. I was debating looking for the most and largest layover so I could be a tourist in the way to visiting the Philippines. Well, it's just like when they lay over, it's just like 1 hour, Japan, coming here, Japan or Korea. Okay. Yeah, because, okay, you mentioned guys about that. Okay. And then, it's so funny when it comes to my nephew when he, when he tells me, and then, okay, yeah, there's a fried grasshopper, fried crickets, scorpions, and then baby snake, and then the green caterpillar, the green caterpillar. They use that, and then oh my goodness, and then they have also they cook the rat. But that's it's not the rat on on the on in the creek or the canal. Maybe if they taste like a crab meat, I would consider that. Yeah, caterpillar puts the green, and then they have the ants, big ants, and then they cook that including the eggs of the ants, the green caterpillar. Yeah. Whoa. My my nephews told to his cousin that, okay, I cannot stand here, the insect food. I can't. So they just I think he's just decided, oh my God, Tita, I can't. So I don't want if I gonna work here in Thailand, the salary that I get from the Philippines is not big as here. And he don't want to eat for the rest of his life is fried chicken or what, because some of the pork. He's so picky. That's one thing that if he's coming here in my place, I know my nephew. I can cook food that he wants, but when it comes to, he's very picky, picky. Oh, foods. You went to Baguio City. Well, if you go Abra, that's part. In Baguio, there's a certain way that people, Igorot people, especially pork, they just dry under the sun, but they let it maggots grow on that piece of meat that they dry. So I forgot the name of that. That's their specialty foods. They eating with the maggots. Ugh. Mm, mhm. I you know the hair from my skin, it's standing. Yeah, it's true foods. But it's their specialty. But I'm not mocking, because that is their culture. Okay, it's not their culture. So I respect that. Okay, but if you're not used of that, you're gonna scare. Yeah. I forgot the name of that. It's not bagnet. It's bagnet. It's a pork that they fry and then store it. But that one is a fresh. The process of that, they just hang, you know, uh, under the sun. They just let the maggots live on that meat. And then they said that the more maggots, it's the more the flavor. Oh my God. Frank is laughing on me. No, I don't, because, for just for Santo. Hmm, Cuidado. I still don't know if I can stomach trying blood pudding. Oh my God. I love that. We call that dinuguan. Have you tried dinuguan? Oh, I love tequila. I try Mexican tequila. Is so strong. It really goes on your throat all the way to your intestine. Is very smooth. But I love, dinuguan. I love dinuguan. It's good. There is a maggot cheese that is supposed to be amazing. Yeah, what do you call that? The cheese that has maggot? No way. No. No. Now, guys, when I start talking about maggots, I feel stomach ache. I feel oh, where are you going, Frank? Okay. So that's no, thank you. Yeah, no, forget it. The cheese. I love cheese. The only cheese that I eat is Parmesan, mozzarella. I love them. Especially foods. I don't know if you like this. With mozzarella. And then tomato salad with mozzarella cheese, and then fresh sweet basil leaves with the salt and pepper, and then all olive oil. For salad, because there's a olive oil for dressing, and for making sauce. So I love that. That's the only cheese I love. And then cheddar cheese. That's the only three cheese that I love to eat. I don't, especially with the maggots. No, I'm gonna no. Yeah. You know, Michael, well, I feel sad every time I go to Robinson supermarket and, hypermarket. I love, the sharp cheddar cheese, the heritage. That's the brand that I love, the heritage, because, the cheese that, it's just like is pasteurized. So that, the sharp cheddar cheese, the heritage brand, I love that. It's good. Yeah. I love mozzarella, mozzarella cheese, the real mozzarella cheese, because I was so in love with that, the fresh mozzarella cheese. There's we call that Santis delicacy here. It's just like, is that Dutch store? Extra extra sharp. If we cannot get, the sharp, we just go extra extra. Okay, question, Tori. I haven't tried. Okay, shuffle. I haven't tried fresh mozzarella. Oh my God, it's good. The Santis delicacy, it's, well, it's a European store here. Their cheese is so, especially when they have different types of steak. Oh my God, it's melting in your mouth. Okay, Tori, Maki, what's our some good area of like outside of Metro Manila? Like you can go to like Palawan. Well, Cebu, it's too, Dumaguete, it's nice. Dumaguete, nice also. Iloilo City. Okay, that's in Visayas. Okay, part in Luzon area. You can go to Baguio, Pangasinan, Pampanga. Well, Pampanga, it's the culinary capital of the Philippines. Kapampangan, they're very generous when it comes to their food. Okay, so Ifugao, Abra. So that's in going to like Baguio. Start from Baguio, Abra, Ifugao, Benguet. That's the cold place. That's Baguio. We call that summer capital of the Philippines because the weather here there it's cool. I made fresh mass at home once. I also homemade butter. Oh, that's good. That's good. Homemade butter is good. Generous with food, I may have to change places. Yeah, okay. So here, this is the thing that I love. People, in Pampanga, they're not, when they cook food. That's why there are, Pampanga is the culinary capital of the Philippines because they're very when it comes to cooking their food, or yeah, they're very generous. The spices, they're not if they use the these ingredients, there's no replacement, or there's no substitute about that. They use that, so they're very generous when it comes to that. Okay, let me read this. Michael, if you have KitchenAid or similar mixer with a paddle attachment, it's pretty easy to make whipped cream or keep going powder and separate the curds and in of the butter from heavy cream. Okay, guys. So, how is my video is blurry or what? Yeah, Michael. You know what, Michael? When I look at the KitchenAid mixer, wow, the price is crazy. Here in the Philippines, the price is crazy. But I love that KitchenAid mixer is really nice. Gigantic butts. I'll gotta search that. But for those people who wants to tour, to see the bunch of butts, go to Subic Bay. Subic Bay Safari. They have that. Sticks and clips and clear, but your face is little blurry. Oh yeah. So I think that's my connection because I can see also on my screen that my face is kind of blurry. Oh, thank you, Michael. That's the problem also here that the internet connection is not you know not fantastic. A little blurry but not distracting. Yeah, because that's why I notice when I look on my face on the screen of my it's kind of a blurry. Oh, thank you guys. Okay. So any question, guys? Because I already share my things about passport bros and expats. That my question is, are you ready? Are you ready to live here in the Philippines? Shepo get food from Mang Inasal food chain where your pH good price in portion great. Yeah, the serving in Mang Inasal is good and then very very affordable. That's why a lot of people just fall in line. They're very patient to fall in line. Yeah. So yeah, that's why, guys. So I'm just want to have funds for my future, studio, because I really want to start gathering my equipment so that I can give you a nice service, because as of now I can see also that it's blurry, so I can't. So with your help, so I can give you a good service for that. Mang inasal. But guys, be careful about the mang inasal. Okay, take a look if they really cook well, because sometimes too many customer, instead of if they gonna grill the chicken for like for 15 minutes, they gonna just because too much uh you know too much customer, so they don't really cook well done the chicken, so you have to be careful with that, guys. Excuse me. So you have to check first before you eat. So there's a chance that you can ask to change that. Okay, so even though you're so hungry, check first. Okay, check first before you take a bite. Glad I could this notification. Oh, GLS. Hello. Kamusta? So are you ready to live here in the Philippines? Okay, so don't worry about that, GLS. You can watch this replay because all of that discussion I mentioned that from the start of my show. So because in a few minutes I'm gonna uh stop, because I just gonna stay here for 2 hours. Okay, so that's why beef is good. Raw beef is still okay to eat. Raw pork and chicken are bad news. Yeah, that's here's, when I cook chicken, when I cook chicken and pork, I really boiled, the pork and chicken. I'm not really into that, I really cook the food because I know what's going on if you're not really cook, especially pork meat. So, and usually I prepared, to bake instead of fry, because it takes long, the heat on the, when you bake. But the difference between, like, I love, bake instead of fried chicken. So I do bake. And then, you still enjoy, it's not dry, it's not like, because sometimes, once you over fry the chicken, it's just like dry, crispy outside, dry inside. So once you bake it, the skin is crispy, and then, the meat, it's still moist. It's not dry, it's soft. That's very important when I look place, to move. I always look if there's a, open, because here usually, rental a condo, they just have a, two burner stove, okay? So they're not really aware of putting, putting oven. So it takes long, to find a place that, have an oven. And then once I found the oven, and then the place, it's nice. So this is the place that I work, I live now. So I take the chance, to get that uh, place. I had a cool. Okay, my God. I had a coworker who got a tapeworm from undercooked pork, ended up really missing her out. Yeah, that's why, especially guys, especially you have, like I mentioned, that going to the, especially here in the Philippines, guys, I advise that you have to go to the wet market early in the morning, because if you want to save money, you have to go early in the morning because everything is new, like chicken, pork, oh my God, uh, beef. It's early in the morning, so it's still fresh. But if it's like you have to go to the market 6 o'clock, and then until 7:30, that's a good, because it's really fresh. You can see that the meat is still warm. So over like 9 o'clock, no, don't buy, because like I said, in the market, the bacteria, the good bacteria, there's a spam time, okay? If over time, that's the cause of bacteria, bad bacteria. So that's one thing that you avoid. Go to the market late because of that. You're gonna get sick of that. So you have to go early, because the bacteria, that the good bacteria, it's still good. But once the bacteria died, because there's a certain time that they're still live, but there's a certain time that they will die. Once the good bacteria die, that's the bad bacteria create salmonella, you know what kind of bacteria that you can get that. So my advice is go to early. But here's the thing, that in the local supermarket, okay, the temperature, the temperature, they can still, the sperm life of that bacteria that lives on the meat will stay a little longer. Stay a little longer, because there's a temperature that they can stay a little longer. So that's very safe, especially now that it's really hot here. And especially if it's summer season here, there's a lot of Filipino food poisoning. So I think that's the reason also. So you have to be careful about that. Okay, so good thing that you mentioned that puts, because yeah, the the pork, if it's that's why I mentioned that there's a certain bacteria that bacteria was died because there's a certain temperature that they can stay long. But once the temperature start change, if it's too hot, it's easy for the bacteria die. So like in the supermarket, there's a chiller, so the temperature was uh you know generate the bacteria to live a little longer. Okay, so that's the bacteria died. That's it create worm, and then the worm you know so if you're not really cook the meat well, that's the cause of having a tapeworm. Even the fish, guys. That's why Frank doesn't like raw fish, sashimi, because that's raw. Fish has a worm, okay, but we cannot see in our bare eyes. You can only see that when you use the microscope. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Okay. I've been wanting to try. Okay. Sauce. What? How can you read this? Sauce. Vede. Vede. Ved. Sounds like. But a good steak is easy if you know the tricks. Oh. It's just like one time we went to Wolfgang. That's a famous, steakhouse. You know, Wolfgang. So they just medium rare. Oh, we just asked, the waiter to cook well done. So we enjoy the steak, the porterhouse steak. Yeah, I've been seeing the market. Most of the meat sits there in the open with a little two eyes in pulling high early. Yeah, that's why that's why some of the fish vendor here, they put eyes on that, because they're like the bacteria, the good bacteria. So once it become because early in the morning, it's they're still strong for that, because the temperature never changed. But once the temperature changed, that's the start that they're dying. So once they're dying, once a human consume that's cause of like, sometimes you have diarrhea, sometimes you have stomach ache, and then allergy because of that. So especially, guys, that my husband loves shrimp. I don't buy shrimp in the supermarket. I just go to farmers market or wet market, because I can see that the shrimp is still jumping. Okay, because if it guys, if especially for those elders, it's easy for them to catch allergy once they eat not fresh shrimp. Shrimp is very prone for allergy. So you have to be careful about that. So I'm not, especially eating tempura in a restaurant. I'm very aware of that, because it's easy for you to catch allergy for that. You might end up died for that, if it's the allergy attack you so bad. So you have to be careful about that. Well, now, I don't know. It's just like before, before I love to eat steak. I'm so, I never get tired of eating steak. So I think, I'm get tired of eating steak. So smell good, but I don't really, I don't know. I changed my, when it comes to steak, I'm not as before that, oh, I love steak. But now, no, I don't know. It's just like, even there's a certain smell that it's, I lost my appetite when I smell that. So it's been a long time. I did not eat meat because, I want to change, that eating red meat is not really healthy. Yeah, it's not really healthy. I always was things from the market very well because they are wiles and other bugs all other than throughout the day. Yeah, because here's the thing, guys, especially in the wet market. So like 10 o'clock, 9:30, okay, 9:30, 10. There's so many flies go around with this chicken meat, pork meat, beef, seashells. So once they land on that meat, they leave eggs. We cannot really sin on that. But once they, you know, because that's it's just like be careful, guys. You have to wash it. Go to go things that it's good for your health. Yeah, it's hard to find a good steak here, but you can find a good steak, but the price is, you just forget it. Forget it, the steak. Like I mentioned that the Santis delicacy, that oh, their steak is so good. Probably cheaper here than the US to import Wagyu or similar to the right. Well, yeah, it's cheaper here, Michael, but the taste is not really good. Okay. So guys, I'm already, reached the 2 hours, so I really appreciate your time to go, even though I start late. So I apologize for that. So thank you so much, guys, for for coming in my show, and have a good Easter Sunday for those here in the Philippines, and tomorrow in the West, have a good Easter Sunday. So thank you so much, and uh, I will not say, but for those gentlemen, or for those on the live chat, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me. So I really appreciate that. And don't forget, guys, to give me thumbs up. So thank you so much, guys, and have a good weekend to everyone. Bye.